should you buy the cheapest HDMI capture card on Amazon or eBay? Well, you want a quick answer? No. You know why? Okay, I bought this just to test and see what will it do for me. So let's walk you through the scenario. I've used a number of cheap HDMI capture cards. Another one we use is the HDMI, the metal one. I've got them plugged in at the moment that I'm using. But I have ended up ordering Elgato HDMI capture card, the 4K one. The reason for that is I'm going to explain now why you don't want to buy cheap, especially if you're doing it professionally. When I say professionally, I'm talking about if you were... I do a lot of promoted videos now, basically. This one isn't promoted. So luckily this one made it through the net. If you're doing promoted videos or promoted live streams like I do on my Amazon live show, I make a live show on Amazon. This card, I did a test on it. Luckily, I did it just on my own streams. And I stream up to 2 hours with my camera setups. So if you're not familiar with that, I have my remote control here that I use like an hdmi replacement. I have my front screen. I have the top-down screen. I have the wide view over there where I normally walk to my standing desk. And obviously, that's a Panasonic camcorder. And obviously the top-down shots and a few more cameras. So it gives you an idea of how I'm using this setup. You might be just making videos for yourself. And if that card crashes, you can just stop the recording and make a new recording, fine. But if you're doing a live stream and this thing crashes and then you have to reset it, that looks totally out of place. You might have to end the live stream. And if that was a budget promoted video, then the client's not going to be happy with you having malfunctions in your video. So that's why don't go cheap in that example. So what happened with this one? I plugged it in. I was live streaming on Amazon, just a standard stream for myself and the audience, and it malfunctioned on me. Luckily, I have multiple cameras. So all I did was I recovered, because you have to be on your feet, don't you? I basically went and it crashed. And I was like, okay. What we'll do now is we'll go over to my standing desk and we'll continue this video because I want to show you a bit more of this setup. So I basically did that. So I recovered by coming over here and using this camera because that crashed. Obviously, this is not how it normally looks. Let me show you how it looks. So that's how this would normally look. So you'll notice there, because I've got multiple cameras, I was able to recover it. And the whole reason I have double cameras is exactly for that reason. I don't trust these cheap capture cards anymore. Even the other one I hold on about. When you have a failure with it, and you notice how much of a pain it causes you, you're better off just spending that couple of $100 on the proper version, which is less likely to crash. However, I am going to test that Elgato Camlink card as well. I might have similar crashes on that. And these crashes relate to switching between cameras. So is it the card? Is it the software? OBS is what I'm using. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. Since all my live streams, I've done close to a few hundred live streams now over a multitude of sites. I've only had 2 occasions where it's frozen my screen, and that was because I was using a Canon webcam tool, which is another thing I need to mention to you. Again, I'm recording this in one take, so it's actually what you see is what you get. I'm not going to edit this video. I'm just going to upload it and let you see it, which is the beauty of doing it this way. So this is a webcam tool. What you'll notice is recently my webcam tool has been crashing. Canon EOS webcam tool. It gives you that screen where it can't recognize the camera. It just says Canon EOS webcam utility on screen. Why is it doing that? Nothing's changed, but I've discovered I have to put my cameras on in a certain routine to avoid that. What does that mean? Well, I have to put my... Let me show you. I have to plug this HDMI capture card in for my Sony cam, which is a top-down shot. I have to turn that on first. I have to open OBS, close OBS. Then I have to plug in my secondary camera, well, that wide view camera, and then I have to turn OBS on, turn OBS off. And now it's recognized those 2 cameras. And then before I go live, my last camera that I need to do is this Canon camera. If I do it in that routine, it works. If that routine is switched around, it just crashes. So that makes me think it's OBS related. However, because I know that quirk, I basically work around it by sticking to my routine. So it's workaroundable. However, I noticed in that routine, when I put this capture card in, wherever routine I tried multiple ways. That camera first, this camera first, that camera, then that camera, this camera, that camera, then that, as in, you get what I mean. But this was just crashing randomly. So the card is not great. And it may be a cheaper version. It may have the similar inputs. It shows up as USB video. However, after my experience with that cheap card, I'm going to say to you, don't buy it. It's not worth the headache. You'll save it. You probably get it for $5-6, but the amount of time you're going to spend to try and fix the issue, my time's quite valuable now because everybody seems to be wanting videos from me, and I'm doing Amazon live shows and promoted videos. So I want something I can just plug and play and record. So it's like you need to weigh up your cost of your time and how much time you're investing in there as well. So that $90 saved, potentially I'm getting $600-700 from a promoted video. So, you know, what's the point? But anyway, that was a bit of a moan about this HDMI capture card, but sharing what works, what doesn't work. I'm going to link you to another video here about setting up your camera for live streaming and additional videos. So check that out and I'll see you on that video.